Hey guys, welcome back to the Untrained Unprofessional Shooting Range. I'm Nobody, and it is the weekend before Christmas, so hence the festive hat and the ultimate Christmas sweater. Yeah, it's not actually a sweater, it's a hoodie, but it is from Die Hard. Not an exact replica, you know, there's some differences, but now I have a machine gun, ho 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 ho. Now, there's a lot of controversy with people thinking that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, but I beg to differ. Die Hard is probably the ultimate Christmas movie. Besides having Christmas music, it's about a family getting back together. It's about a guy making a new friend, and the best part about it, it's about a good guy stomping the crap out of bad guys. What could be more Christmassy than that? So, Die Hard. Christmas movie? Not a Christmas movie. For those who say it's not a Christmas movie, you're wrong. It is a Christmas movie. It's the ultimate Christmas movie. Rewatch it, enjoy it, and look for all the Christmas aspects to it. So, let's get on with the reason why I am out here at the range. Well, I think I got the Prodigy back up and running. I figured out, well, I hope I figured out, I still have to shoot it. I figured out, you know, what I think is going on with it. I did not bring my bag of excess parts with me, so I'm not gonna be swapping stuff in and out because I don't have that bag. I'm gonna run a couple of magazines through. Now, it's a little chilly out here, so it's Michigan t-shirt weather, so it's about 20 degrees. So I only plan on shooting a couple mags just to confirm what is going on, and hopefully I don't look like a complete and total idiot. Well, I always look like a complete and total idiot, but I'm hoping that everything that I've done is correct. So without further ado, let's get it going. All right, so first magazine, I'm gonna be checking for ejection pattern and seeing if it's going a little bit better than what it did last time. So let's watch that. Then the second mag, I'll go ahead and shift you over and we can see what the recoil is doing. Now, this is in what I hope is the final configuration with the 10-pound recoil spring and all the parts that I've added and modified. So, fingers crossed. Well, the ejection pattern is very, very consistent. It's actually a lot tighter than what it was the last time. It was spread out probably a good 18 inches to 2 feet, and it was actually probably anywhere from right at my feet to about 2 feet. Now, I'm still at about 2 feet, but that could be that the ejector is still a little tight. I don't know, it might wear in a little bit too. So, but for right now, with how consistent that pattern is, I like it. I'll bring you over here and I'll zero you in on it. Let me put this down. So as you can see, everything's in about the same location. I'm gonna call that a win for right now. Now let's shift positions. All right, mag 2. I cannot feel my fingers anymore, so, but that's okay. Doesn't it add a little more excitement to it? Tell you what, feels like it returns to point of aim really nicely. The only way I'll know that for sure is actually getting a target and doing it, but that is not for today. I've had enough fun. Let's go back to the bench. Well, made it back to the untrained, unprofessional workbench where it is a lot warmer. I have feeling coming back into my hands, which is a very pleasant experience. Well, let's talk about what I ended up doing on this Prodigy after the last video. So I had some time to think about it after I shot the last video, at least for a day or two before I really needed to order the part that I think I had messed up. But I really kind of got into just trying to feel what was going on by manipulating the slide and seeing what was going on, you know, just to see if there's like something mechanical going on or if it's a geometry issue with the extractor or whatnot. I ended up kind of releasing some of the tension that was on the extractor because I felt like I had over-tensioned it, and I also played with the profile of it a little bit more, particular attention to how that extractor grabs the rim case. And from what I was looking around online, what I needed to do is make sure that the extractor claw isn't really hitting up against the brass and which I kind of knew that before going into it, you know, from previous bouts of learning on YouTube. And as I like really looked at it, I figured out, okay, I needed to just shave a little bit more off. So did a little bit more of that, and along with taking some tension off. Is it perfect? I don't know. I think that as I shoot this more, which since I've done that adjustment, it only has 38 rounds on it. So I think it'll relax just a little bit more, probably. But overall, I'm happy with it because the ejection pattern is really nice and tight. I don't know if I could improve it any more than that. So that's the first thing. The second thing was something that I had messed up on. And I figured that out just by working the slide and feeling how it was moving on the frame and if it was binding up anywhere. And I kind of had a feeling to look in that direction because nothing else really made sense based off of what I had done to the gun. So now let's get into what I did to the gun. I did a mod which was based off of the 10.8 Performance Duty Tune DVD, and there's nothing wrong with this modification of what he was saying. The problem was in my execution of it, and the modification is to the barrel link. Now, this is actually the factory barrel link. Let's move this out of the way. So, let's say this is our factory barrel link. The small hole is where the pin goes in to connect to the barrel, and this large hole is where your slide stop goes through. Now, the mod, from what I understand, is that you relieve a little bit, which here is, no peeking, let's adjust that. The mod is that you kind of deepen this hole a little bit towards the barrel link pin. Not a whole lot, just enough to give it enough of some leeway, call it slop or whatever, as that barrel is articulating during the cycling, and makes it more reliable from what I understand. Now, the key is that you don't widen it this way Here, let's go into Sharpie mode, right? You don't widen it this way, or this way. You come straight down and kind of off onto these sides so that pin can drop just a little bit to give it some clearance. Now, what did I do to this? It's kind of hard to see on this, so I'm not going to make you squint or go get a bigger screen. I'm going to show you an exaggerated view of it. Oh, by the way, tension. The tension is building, and how I messed up. So this is overly exaggerated, but I came down with my filing, but I didn't get up on the sides to relieve along here. So as I was working the slide, or as the slide was articulating, it would kind of get caught up in these, and they weren't perfectly even. One was slightly bigger than the other, and it may have like a slight little cant and everything, you know, so it allows everything to kind of bind. And not really enough to thwart the operating of it, but it was just enough to where I could feel it as I was racking the slide by hand, and you can feel it drop in and kind of catch and everything. So now, am I going to give up on this? No, I'm going to try to fix this and see if I can get this right, and see if it makes a difference, you know, on the overall operation, because this is something that I want to learn. And I expect that when I am doing something that I might mess up on it. And you know, that's the price that you pay when you're learning stuff for the first time. You're getting a feel for it, you're doing things, you know, that you haven't done before. So, but there we are. The Prodigy, I would say, for right now is done. I'm going to put some rounds through it and see how it does. And I want to do that because if I have to make any adjustments or anything, I want to do it before I finalize the coating of whatever this is going to be. And which, did I show you guys this on the last video? I don't know. See the shiny spots? That's where I had to blend the Wilson safety. So just because it was sticking out ever so slightly, and it was just kind of getting in to the hand just a little bit. Wasn't uncomfortable, but this makes it more comfortable and more enjoyable to shoot, and take away anything that might be a hot spot is a good thing. If I do anything else, I mean, if I swap this out, I mean, that's not the mag release, that's not going to affect anything. I might, and I'm really trying to see if this becomes an issue at all, just where this little detent is here on the slide stop, and of course it's probably impossible to see. On the 10.8 Performance, it's almost like it wants to just stick out kind of past and catch. And so I've been trying to decide if I need to or want to put a slight little notch right where that detent is, just to keep the slide stop from riding up as it cycles and puts any unnecessary drag on it, or it may not even matter. Time will tell on whether I do that or not. So, but I just thought I would let you know that's something that I've noticed and something that I'm thinking about, but it's still undetermined. Well, there we have it, guys. The Prodigy, everything that I wanted to do to it, and ended up a couple things more, you know, with the trigger. But it's great. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot this, guys. A little while ago, last video, we talked about how my fiber optic popped out. I kind of melted it back in place with a torch to get it to stay. But I reached out to Springfield this week, and Sorry, looking through Brownells. Here we go. Destiny from Springfield. So they're sending me some new fiber optics. I also requested to know, excuse me, a little bit of hiccups. I also requested to know the diameter size of the fiber optic. It is a 0.060 diameter fiber optic. So if you want to replace this to a different color or get a different brand or whatever, that is your fiber optic size. So we now know that it is in the books. It's something that we can put to bed, and we should all be happy campers. Mostly happy campers. See you guys.